I just can't help believing.
That's where he always sang it, George.
Wait a minute. Just can't help
George Jubau's tone does that.
believing.
I don't
She
think
smiles
like-
up soft
like
and
Charlie.
gentle, with a taste of misty morning and a promise of tomorrow.
Right now, yeah, that little hand. You always know that one.
Written by hand.
You wrote that?
Just can't help believing when she puts her hand in my hand, and it feels so small and helpless, and my fingers fold around it like a glue. I just can't help believing when she smiles up, she's whispering.
Are you horny tonight?
Got a little morphine. Give me a little hashtag, baby. Oh, salad in it. Oh, where is your fanny of? Are we ready? Okay. Okay, here we go.
Anything. One of the world's finest. That's a pretty one. Hold it here. No. Wait till we can play Mary in the morning. Play with who in the morning?
Nothing's quite as pretty as Mary in the morning.
Is that the song?
Oh, yeah, I got a bad light.
Funny name, Marion the Morning.
Mary in the morning.
Finish the chair.
What's that game, man?
Marion, comma, the Morning.
You ever heard about that
She had a
fantastic
brother named
Lucian Ballard?
Didn't she have a brother named
I
Tom?
overtook it, yeah. Ballard biscuits.
Couldn't have. Huh? Couldn't have.
She had a brother named Topper.
Hey, did you ever get anything for me to drink?
Richard is back there.
Cracking me up with it. We're not supposed to pay any attention to this, and they're just rolling. I can't get where I need to.
It's like not paying attention to a bus on the freeway.
Yeah, ignore the camera and it's running over you. Yeah.
I'm on a diet.
Mary in the morning had a brother named Topper.
Pop in the morning.
No, Topper in the morning.
Damn, Charlie.
Please, quick. I think we'll do a word.
You got some water? Hey, Sweets, you got some water? Huh? They're all out. Well, we can't work until they get water. We can't work till the girls get some water, man. No. Kill that blower. Or blow that killer, whatever. Mary in the morning. Mary at supper time. Be my little Mary, and I'll rear you till you go blind. You better wait a minute. Hold it a second. I don't think I have the full attention of the entire group yet. All right. Okay. James, wait a minute, man. Wait a minute. They don't tell you when to start. They don't. Man, like a big old screaming eagle out there, man. You can't use those words, man. They'll cut it right out. They'll cut it out. They'll put an X rating right across your big mouth, man. Mouth, I said. See, that shows how you think. I wouldn't say that. See, they'll cut that out. They won't leave it in. You can't say big ass on this film. Okay, Mary in the morning.
Okay, you guys work, you don't have to say you love me? Not you, Jerry, personally, just, you don't have to say you love me, Jim. Yeah, just play well for me. Yeah. He's never wanted to love me. Just wanted to play well for me. Where's, pardon the expression, the clapboard? Oh, you clapped already? Oh, okay. The Hollywood camera. I won't say anything. I'll just let that go, man.
I'll take you home again, Kathleen, to where your ass has never been.
They're gonna name it Elvis and the Boys.
Elvis and the Boys.
Watch it, turn my camera, move out of the way. Back
Get
up.
out of the way.
What are you doing? Back up.
Get away.
Get back.
Camera's in the way.
Stay away.
We call Elvis and the Big Boys.
Brought to you straight from Disneyland. Is that what I say right now?
Go, stop. Don't go any further.
Jackie Gleason. Jackie Gleason complex, man.
Mandy, Charlie, need to see you. You're not too fast.
What are y'all
Take a
doing?
break.
You
Go
can't
ahead.
do
Take a
this.
break. Take a break. Go ahead. Go.
It's time for it to,
Get over closer.
hold on, sister.
I see you fall. You fall.
Well, I tell you what, cousin,
God almighty.
that's pretty warm on us.
I wonder what they're doing.
Tell you what, Lamar, that we ain't gonna look good if we ain't got no key light on us. There,
What?
that's a better key light right there. Just hit us
Put the key light.
with. Make you face
Oh, the key overhead. Yeah, right. Yeah.
What do you mean you're a big
We ain't got a
white
good
guy?
key
No, I
light
don't
on
know.
us.
I didn't know what a key light was.
Now let's watch come sit
We
and
got
talk
a
with
good-
us.
We don't have
Yeah,
no
why don't you
good
get a
key light.
conversation
We're
with
all
the girl
black
from
face.
together.
You're on your own.
Oh, bullshit.
Please.
Thank you. Thank you.
Boy.
Got my makeup on either line.
You got it crooked, though. You got it crooked. God damn, that son get tearing the world. What are the handles for, Bill?
That's to hold this flat.
I know. I didn't know what they quit this.
Just here, like a belt loop.
We're gonna have to worry about getting that.
Somebody stepped on the plug again. Who stepped on the plug?
Put a helmet on it, it'd be like Lord Bridges and zip that up, can't you?
Jerry. Get the hook.
What are you doing back there?
The handle, man. You got a handle on your back.
Reason
Oh,
can't
have a
stand
day.
in- Joe.
When Jesus.
Here you go.
The Don't it make you wanna go home, boy? Don't it make you wanna go home? All God's children get weary when you're gone. Well, where the hell is it, man? It was right here. Okay. Okay. It's pretty clear. All right. As long as you can see what he's doing. Plus keep the strobe effect too.
Right. Well, otherwise, what I'll do is I'm taking just stretch it across.
Boy, it's uptight time. How could you say that?
It's clear, right there beside
I know. Breathe.
There's that Hollywood
You wouldn't
camera,
breathe
them
down
Hollywood
somebody's neck.
lights.
I feel like Lord Bridges staring over my shoulder, man.
Well, I'll wear these glasses to hide the fear. Start fear. That's me when I go on stage, man.
Tell you one thing, you caught him at a good time. He's reading telegrams. How can he talk?
Yeah. And Glenn Campbell's.
I guess
Don't pick your nose on camera, you know.
I cut too close up to Lamar and it's
better than
better.
picking
Don't pick your nose on camera, man.
What? Lord Bridges again.
Huh?
Well, it starts to get tense about this time.
Yeah. Cut it with a knife.
Electricity's out there now.
Is it out there?
It is out
Sure is.
It's in here, too. Eli, lama sabachthani.
Read the one that said that one.
My God, why hast thou forsaken me? Signed the Pope. Huh?
Very
What do you mean? You can't use it.
Sunday outtakes.
I got a telegram.
It'll be triple X rated.
Best wishes for a continuing successful Vegas show, and I hope you get a raise in the next 6 months. Joe Esposito.
Wait a minute. Give me that telegram, quick. My wife sent it.
I'll get tangled up in these.
I was thinking the same thing. Oh, yeah.
Do it. Especially do it now. When Jesus
Like being in movies?
walked,
You like being in movies?
yes, don't you? Movies? Show your teeth when you say movies.
Am I being in the movie?
You sure are. Charlie? Charlie?
Charlie.
You're sitting on it waiting. No, I'll stand up. How am I going to read it and sit on the sun? My dad had seen a lot of people who played guitar and stuff who didn't work. So he said, you should make up your mind, he said, about either being an electrician or playing a guitar. He said, I never saw a guitar player that was worth a damn.
And that's what we're looking for in the film. It's that whole electricity.
I hope you find it.
Hey, it's not. Well, we have to tell you, we looked and it wasn't there.
Thanks.
So we're wrapping.
Got a big jump from here to
Buffalo or wherever. This is a tour I usually lose about 2 inches, not in here, but in here.
But that's fun, see. It's excitement. Enjoyed it, fellas.
How's it going?
You mean Instrument Rise? Out in the West Texas, I fell in love with a Mexican girl. Da, 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 da. It's on the fly.
What I mean. Okay, after the introduction, and after you've done what's that new song we just did?
No.
Oh, not Burning Love.
For the good times.
For the good times, yeah.
And do Burn Love tonight?
You know,
They throw this one in
when
there.
we did it, nobody knew where to end it. You know.
I'm not saying.
That
was funny though, because you know, they had forgotten the ending, really. It was the honka burning love, the honka burning love twice.
Yeah,
The drum run. They didn't do it. Tut went crazy, man. The improvisations. Okay, thank you. 1 minute.
Well,
We'll get them, Lord.
do my duty, yeah.
Get him, Fatty.
Tell him what you said. You tell me.
She's shy.
Hey, step back. Let's get about the song that you like. Oh, could you sing me a special song, please?
I sure will.
Don't Cry Daddy or Love Me Tender or whichever
Okay.
one you want.
Alrighty.
Or whichever one you want.
Danny, look over here, honey.
No, look at Elvis. Okay.
Okay, I'm not gonna tell you which one I'm gonna do, okay? I'm just
The
surprised.
special one. What's your favorite song? Surprise?
There you go.
Oh.
Okay. How about it?
Oh. Thank you so much.
Bye bye, you.
Bye. Thank you. You happy now? You're about to fall out.
Move these people out, please.
Calm down.
After the introduction, and after you've done what's that new song we just did?
Burning Love.
No.
Oh, not Burning
Oh, the
Love.
one For the good times.
For the good times, yeah.
And do Burn Love tonight?
You know,
They throw this one in
when
there.
we did it, nobody knew where to end it. You know.
I'm not saying.
Elvis,
That was funny though, because you know, they had forgotten the ending, really. It was the honka burning love, the honka burning love twice. The drum run. They didn't do it. Tut went crazy, man. The improvisations. Okay, thank you. 1 minute.
Well,
We'll get them, Lord.
do my duty, yeah.
Get him, Fatty.
I got
See you later, Chubb. I got you.
Love you with all my heart. Is that the key we do it in?
Yeah. You want the quartet to say heart now?
Heart.
In harmony?
Yeah, because they don't know the Hawaiian part.
All mine and
It's held out that long.
Yeah.
Let me go see. My reaction to those pictures?
An outline there, Bob. Yeah. Maybe whatever at this point comes to mind. Where were you at the time? Can you remember where you were, what you were singing? That
Well, it's an old suit, and it had, it's got pleats in it and so forth, so it had to be like 55 or 56. And the guy in the background was my first drummer, DJ Fontana.
So those were the early days when you were doing the road tours and you were driving?
What were the appearances like then? What were the crowds like?
Oh, they were good. They were really good. Just that's the same guitar that I use now. Same one.
You had the same guitar all these years?
You're kidding. Yeah. I remember another one that said Elvis Presley on it. It was kind of inlaid.
Yeah, well, I have two. You know, I was in a nightclub one night, and this big fight broke out in this club. I had two guitars. I always keep one on the side in case I break the strings. And I remember thinking, I hope that nothing happens to that guitar. It's brand new. I heard a crunch, and this guy had stepped in it. Had it hanging on his foot, man. So I had to get a new one there. But as far as where these were, I don't know.
You just had a small group with you in those days.
Yeah, I had a lead guitar player, a bass player, not an electric bass, an upright bass, a guy named Bill Black, and the drummer. That was it.
Were you doing one-nighters then?
Mm-hmm. Doing one-nighters, and I was working in Shreveport, Louisiana.
You know, that looks like a boom mic up there, so it might be one of the early TV shows.
And on this one here, I think somebody goosed me or something.
I see the hand back there.
Yeah, the guy had a guitar on like it.
What was your sound like in those days? How would you describe it?
Well, it was good. It was good, for then, I thought. The guys were good musicians. They were with me from the time I made the first record. They were called in by the guy that I started with, Sam Phillips, on Sun Records.
What was it like traveling in those days? I mean, that's a long time ago. How would you sleep?
We slept in the back of a car. And, we'd do a show and we'd get off stage and get in a car, drive to the next town, and sometimes we get there just in time to the show. Wash up.
And the next day the same thing? Or?
Mm-hmm.
What were the security problems like then?
We had to learn that over a period of time. I got caught in some pretty good crowds.
The fans have always pretty much been the same though, right? Large audiences and the same anticipation before and after. I mean, large numbers of people.
It was always exciting. As far as the numbers of people, we had to go according to the buildings, And when I first started out, they didn't have the buildings that they have now. Like I'd play like the Fox Theater in Detroit. Didn't hold that many people, so I'd do 6 or 7 shows. They'd show a movie, and I'd come on and do a live show.
Really?
Yeah, they'd show a movie, and I'd do the show.
Was that the days when you had a lot of acts in the same show too?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was.
What kind of people were on the show?
Well, it was mostly people from the Grand Ole Opry at that time. I was extra added attraction, in the show.
At that particular time, other than Frank Sinatra, I can't remember anybody who had wild, screaming crowds up until that point. Were you prepared at all for that possibility?
No, I wasn't. The first time it happened, the first time that I appeared on stage, it was a charity thing. It was a place called The Shell. And when I left the stage, they were yelling and screaming and so forth. I did 2 songs. And it scared me to death, man. I didn't know what I'd done. The manager backstage, I said, what'd I do? He said, well, whatever it is, go back and do it again. So I went back out and I did the same thing again. I really didn't know what the yelling was about, screaming. I didn't realize that I was moving, my body was moving, anything. It was a natural thing to me,
It was not a conscious thing at all?
No, I wasn't even aware. It was just the rhythm. And the guy that played bass for me was, he could slap the bass, a double leg, It was really a wild sound. It was like a jungle drums or something, that nature. So we enjoyed it, we enjoyed it on stage. But it was very wild, and we had to. Where's this?
I don't know where that is.
It's outside.
Seattle.
Seattle.
Mm-hmm.
We did a lot of outside concerts, but one of the bad things about outside is you lose your sound. Sound goes up.
Well, I guess in those days, the only big places that hold that number of people were outside, right?
Football stadiums and baseball stadiums, things like that.
But you never knew what to expect, huh?
No.
Like, how would you, we know what the security is like now and how you arrive at a big arena. How would you come in those days? Now you've been through an experience of having been scared by the reaction. What would you start to do? How would you arrive at the stadium?
As quietly as possible. But it was pretty well. I like the excitement and everything. It was.
Have the fans changed, Elvis, over the years?
I don't think so. You know, I think I see people of all different ages and things out there. You know, and if I do something good, you know, they let me know it. If I don't, they let me know that. For a while, it was a theory that anything I did would sell and so forth. Well, I knew that was not true. It's according to the material. You got to have good material.
So
Whether it's a song, a script, or whatever, it's got to be good. Or
Time just wrote an article on the Rolling Stones, and in the article they said only Elvis Presley, except for maybe Jagger, has that ability to play a crowd like a giant instrument panel, to tune them up and to tune them down. And we saw it on the tour.
in other words, you work the audience.
yeah,
How does that happen?
well, it's just it's a give and take proposition in that they give me back the inspiration and you know.
Kind of a circular thing.
Sure.
You give them something.
Sure. I work absolutely to them, whether it's 6 or 6,000, it doesn't really matter. It's just they bring it out of me, the inspiration, the ham.
If you go out there some night,
Sure.
let's say you're in 4 or 5 tunes, and it just isn't coming back from the audience, what do?
I change the songs around. I'll go back and stay up all night, working on it, you know, worrying about it. I'll find out what it is. It's not getting off the ground, you know, the first 4 or 5 numbers. Because that's very important, you know.
Do you ever play to one particular person in the audience? Do you ever single out, say, a girl that's on the side of the stage? Play to her?
That's difficult because of the lighting.
So dark.
I can't hardly see them, you know. I can see them, but not in detail, you know.
You can count the flash bulbs.
I will play off of an isolated incident, say if somebody's really jumping up and down or yelling or enjoying it or whatever. I'll play to that in a way, you know. Not all the time, but I'll go to it.
Let's talk about how the whole show has come to being. Because I know it's your creation. You know, from every person up there is really somebody that's up there for a reason. Like, for instance, the stamps. How do they come to be picked?
I just want a male gospel quartet on stage with me for background. So I simply find out who's doing the best at that particular time. And some of the best voices in the world are in that type of music, but you don't hear about them that much. So I had known J.D. Sumner from the time he started to work for this group called the Blackwood Brothers in Memphis. And a group that worked for me called the Imperials had a contract with somebody else. And when they left, I had to replace them, and so we called J.D. Sumner, and he told us about the Stamps, you know. It was a new group. They just put together the name of the Stamps has been around for years, but the groups have changed. And this was a new group that had just been put together. So they sent me some records of these guys, and I picked them on that basis. And the same with the girl singers. They had backed Aretha Franklin and a lot of other people.
Why was it important, for instance, to have a male gospel group as part of the act? How did that fit in?
In other words, was there a certain feeling you were going after for your whole show?
Yeah.
I think one time.
That plus, excuse me, Jerry, that plus, I wanted musicians that could play any type of music. Lead guitar players and bass, piano, who could play classical or anything, which those guys can. And all the musicians were all handpicked. I auditioned musicians for days and days, drummers, guitar players. Somebody said, I said, who's the best guitar player around? And they said, well, Glenn Campbell and James Burton. And I said, well, Campbell's out. He's on his own, so James Burton. But there's a lot of good men around. It's just a matter of finding them. But they all just fit in, and fortunately they knew most of my songs.
But I mean, you wanted voices behind you, and
wanted voices behind me to help add to the fullness of the sound and to get the dynamics of the show.
And same on the tour. Why did you want to have a full orchestra?
Because of the places being so big and everything, I wanted to fill the room up with sound as much as I could, with music. And a lot of records have been orchestrated.
You mean like on arrangements like Bridge Over Troubled Water and American Trilogy?
Yeah, you've got to have that bigness there. You've got to have the dynamics of sound. And I enjoy it. People wonder how I do it night after night or something. I really like it. I'm perfectly at home out there. I may lose 4 or 5 pounds a show easily, but I don't mind it. I've been doing it ever since I've been in this business.
And how do the one-night stands feel? I mean, from city to city to city.
Oh, that's exciting. Just traveling around and going to the shows and checking it and having them say, "Oh, I knew you from 50 years ago," and I wasn't around 50 years ago.
Remember that piece of film that we saw today? What was it, 1968 or something like that?
It's from the top 10 outstanding young Americans.
10 outstanding young men awards.
Oh,
Remember what you said?
the JCs there?
Mm-hmm.
Very short.
I was so nervous.
And you made a speech then, right?
Yeah, it's a different ball game when you're going out to sing and you're going out to make a speech. And I had nothing prepared. I was going to go out and just ad-lib it. But when I first started talking, my voice was so high. I sounded like somebody else, It was way up here in this register, God. I was really nervous. I don't know what I said. There's something about a song. I think I used it without a song the day we were in.
You used that. From the song. You said something interesting leading into that. You said, when I was a kid, I used to read comic books. I was the hero in the comics. When I saw movies, I was the hero in the movies. And I was like, really beautiful, way to begin the whole projection of being a hero. Suddenly, you've grown up, and you are a hero. Now there are kids sitting at home.
You had the line, "Everything's happened to me 100 times over."
Yeah. Is that what I said?
It was very sincere.
No,
the point is that it was sincere.
Yeah,
It was something only you could have said.
it just came to me at the time. I didn't prepare it at all.
Can I tell you guys I wrote that?
Oh, you did. The secret to every great man is a good speechwriter. That's what you want us to say, right?
No, they all know.
But when you were a kid, is that how you identified with being a hero, by a comic book or by a newspaper?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Like, who are your heroes?
Just any and everybody that did anything. It's the same today. I watch people who excel in anything, whether it be sports. I'm not a golfer, but I watch the top golfers. Tennis players, the chess players. I admire anybody who can do anything of that nature.
When did you first feel that you wanted to be a singer? Did you have it?
When I first realized I could sing, and at about 2 years of age, I found myself singing. I mean, I was singing, and people would listen to me around the housing project where I lived. And as time went by, I was about 8 years old, and they entered me in a talent show. I wore glasses. Had no music. And I won, I think it was 5th place in this talent contest, this state talent contest. I got a whipping the same day. My mother whipped me for something. I don't want to ride. Destroyed my ego completely. But I would sing like in church, my mother and father, but when I was about 10 years old, they gave me a choice between a guitar and a bicycle. So I took the guitar and watched people. I learned to play it a little bit. But I would never sing in public. I was very shy about it. You know? And in 11th grade in school, they entered me in another talent show. Nobody knew I sang anything. I was singing around the apartment building where I lived. But they entered me in this talent show.
The Colonel Story. That's the
Colonel Story?
Yeah.
I don't know.
You guys came from.
Have your sideburns.
Sideburns. There were some truck drivers, believe it or not, that drove big diesel trucks and so forth across country, and I don't know, they had scars on them. They were real wild-looking guys. So I used to lay on the side of the road and watch these guys drive these trucks. And when I was old enough to grow sideburns, I grew them, you know. I got criticized a lot for them, kicked off the football team and so forth.
You were different than most of the kids then, right? I mean, you dressed differently at all?
Well, I suppose so by normal standards, but it was just something I wanted to do. I wasn't trying to be better than anybody else.
Let's go back to the 11th grade talent contest. What happened?
Well, I wasn't, like I said, I wasn't popular in school. I wasn't dating anybody at that school. I failed music. I was taking music. I flunked music, just flat. Whew. F. Only thing I ever failed. And they entered me in this talent show. And I came out, I did my 2 songs. And when I came on stage, I heard people kind of rumbling and whispering and so forth. Because nobody knew I even sang, really. And it was amazing how popular I became in school after that.
What did you say?
Let me see. Till I Waltz Again With You by Teresa Brewer. That was a song I sang. So then I went on through high school and I graduated.
What happened? You never sung in public before. You get out there, you're scared, pissless and ugly, and you start to sing. What happens?
Well, about the same thing happened later on at the Shell. You know, the kids, everybody really went. You know, I got 10 or 11 encores, that type of thing. They just kind of halted the show at that period. And it scared me, but then it made me very happy too. But I was still shy about it. I wouldn't sing in public for a long time, and I went for maybe a year. I just kind of forgot about it. I got out of school and I was driving a truck. I was dating a girl and waiting for her to get out of school so we could get married. And I was training to be an electrician because they make $3 an hour. You know, and I was very serious about it. I made the first record really as a personal thing for my mother. And that same company called me a year later. I said, we got a song that you might be able to do. It was 12 o'clock. I said, can you be here about 3 o'clock? I was there by the time they hung up the phone, you know. Whoop, I know it, man. So.
What did your dad say about a guy with a guitar?
Yeah.
still feels that way today.
No, it's funny. I say it to him every once in a while. He just laughs about it. He gets embarrassed if I say it in front of somebody. Here I was having an epileptic fit. You know, they just happened to film it.
How old were you then when that picture? Do you have any idea?
I was about 19.
You look like you're trying to get your balance.
Oh.
What happened to all those movements that you used to do? I noticed you changed them around a lot.
I don't know. I learned better after a while. And then, right when I was going good, I got drafted. And overnight, it was all gone. It was like a dream. Pow. Changed.
What happened in the Army? What did you expect? What did you find? How do people treat you?
They treated me very well. You know, I've had people ask me if I had a rough time or something. I just did the same thing everybody else did. I didn't ask for anything, and they didn't give me anything, you know. I just did the same thing everybody else did. I made it very well. I had no trouble at all.
I remember your dad was telling me that they expected you to sing, and you know, but that you didn't want to make it that kind of a.
Now, they asked me once or twice, like Bob Hope would come over and do his Christmas thing. Christmas show. And they'd put a little pressure on me about doing his shows. And I said, gentlemen, I don't have any instruments. I've been in the service about a year. I was a corporal. I said, I've been in, you know, I don't have any instruments. It'd be difficult for me. I'd have to bring my musicians over here. I will do that. But I didn't want to do it. I just felt I couldn't really mix the two. I couldn't be in show business and be in the service too.
Well, up until that period of time, one of the things that I remember, maybe I've heard it, maybe I've read it in books. And I remember from my own experience, I remember being really pissed off at you because the girls that I was going to high school with that I dug all were in love with you. That son of a bitch, you know, he's got there, you know.
Well, I had the attitude of screw you, you know.
That's what I wanted to do.
All is fair in love and war, Jack, you know.
Oh, when we were doing the girl in the red?
Yeah, I mean, no, about the guy who was sitting there with his wife.
Oh, yeah, in Buffalo. In Buffalo.
It was in Buffalo.
Yeah, it was in Buffalo.
Was it?
Yeah. Oh, I don't know if I can do the accent, the Buffalo, New York accent probably. But I had the videotape camera, and I was out in the audience, and we were going to tape that concert so that we could prepare for him to know. And the lady, there's two couples sitting there in their mid-30s or something like that. And the lady is saying, "Oh, I'd give anything if I could just get up and touch him, or maybe he'll kiss me." And he said, "You ain't going up on that stage. You get out of the seat. We screw." You know, and she says, "Oh, if I could run up there and just kiss him, it would be just..." And he said, "Myrtle," he said, "you get out of this seat and you find yourself another husband. You touch that son of a bitch and we're through." And I said, "Why am I not filming this?" It was beautiful, and they were sitting right behind me. And she got, like the rest of the night, they didn't talk, and he sat there like this all night. He wasn't about to get into the concert at all.
Yeah, that's funny. No, I found, you know, through the years that most of the guys are pretty understandable about it, you know.
But you had gotten into some open hostility. Somewhere somebody had punched you or something one time.
Yeah, I had a few instances like that. Like somebody woke up and asked me for an autograph, take a swing at me. But they realized that I fought back. You know. And I didn't have any trouble like that from the time I got out of the service on. It was just those first few years I had to watch for it, you know.
I think maybe one of the things the Army did is it made you aware of the fact that you could just be accepted as a human being, as just another guy.
Well, that's exactly what they did, you know. And we were under wartime conditions in Germany, and I was in a tank corps, so we were up on the Russian zone most of the time, just on patrol. And the weather was bad. It was 10 degrees below zero. And I tried to keep my morale up and keep going, keep busy.
Were you surprised the fact that suddenly you were just being accepted as another human being?
I was pleased with it. Yeah. The first few days, the guys just watched me, kind of watched me to see what I was doing, what I was going to do. When they saw I was doing the same thing that they were, just tried to come around and talk to them and ask me questions about what was it like to make a movie, stuff like that. I found myself in Germany, guys would get letters from home. You know, the girl had gone with another guy. They'd come wake me up in the middle of the night. Say, ask me about it. Ask me to read the letter. I found myself advising these guys what to do. I had a girlfriend too that was ding-a-ling, man. She'd run off with somebody else. But I didn't say anything about my own situation. I just kept it quiet.
You had already made movies then by that.
I had 4 movies. Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
A lot in a short amount of time.
Yeah. Love Me Tender, Loving You, Jailhouse Rock, and King Creole.
Now you grow up looking at movies, and wherever you happen to go to movies, you see these heroes up on the screen. Suddenly you're going to Hollywood. You're going to get to be one of them. What happened when you came to Hollywood?
Well, by that time, I wasn't thinking along those lines. I didn't associate myself as being that. I was busy with a script. I had to memorize a script. It changed a lot of those things.
It was a lot of work.
Yeah, it was work. It was a job. I had to be there at a certain time in the morning and work a certain amount of hours, and that's exactly how I treated it. So I was more concerned about if the picture's any good or if I was any good, and it.
There were a lot of action movies. There were always when you were driving a car or you were.
Yeah.
A lot of people, there's like 32 movies that have gone through it one to another. A lot of people say, I've heard say, oh, he doesn't give a shit, about his movies. He makes all those movies and they just kind of grind them out. I think I've heard the same criticism. I remember we were talking about Robert Hilbert. Like I don't know what he was looking at, but he says, Elvis, we know different. That's one of the things we want to accomplish in this film.
Mm-hmm.
He really cares about what he goes on stage. He really cares about the movies, good or bad. The point is that you care about those films. You care if they're not good.
Yeah, I cared so much until I became physically ill. I would become violently ill. I'd get a temperature or something would happen to me.
What would concern you at the time about the film? What would make you ill?
The fact that I didn't, at a certain stage, I had no say-so in it. I didn't have final approval of the script, which means that I couldn't say this is not good for me, or whatever.
In other words, they just used you. They did anything they wanted to do.
It was that type. It was more or less that type of thing. I don't think anybody was consciously trying to harm me. It was just Hollywood's image of me was wrong, and I knew it, and I couldn't say anything about it. I couldn't do anything about it. I'd be right into production. I was doing a lot of pictures close together, and the pictures got very similar. A lot of them got very similar, and they, if something was successful, I'd try to recreate it the next time around. So I'd read the first 4 or 5 pages, and I knew that it was just a different name with 12 new songs in it. The songs were mediocre in most cases. You can't get good song. So that's what might have made it seem like the indifference, But I was never indifferent. I was so concerned until that's all I talked about. It worried me sick, So I had to change it, which I did. You know, had to change it around.
Yeah, on the
I
tour,
was, I was obligated in like 4 years in advance.
You're not going to remember things like the great dance sequence in Jailhouse Rock. When Jerry told me you choreographed it, you know, you're thinking yourself, that's a beautiful sequence.
Yeah.
How did that come about? I mean, how did you get that kind of control?
I just did it, and we had a choreographer that just more or less geared the dances off what I did. But I don't know. It's nobody's fault, maybe except my own. I didn't know what to do. I just felt I was obligated very heavily to, a lot of times, to things that I didn't fully believe in. And that was very difficult, you know.
that's the feeling I got.
Well, the difference was this, I think. Turn it properly. No.
No, you agree, Terry.
Was Elvis's contracts were made up before the scripts. In other words, when people do pictures, they do it by a script. They say, yeah, I can do this script. Then they do the picture. But Elvis was contracted to do pictures, so he had to do a picture no matter what they told him to do.
Yeah, you got 5 pictures to do. Or
You
whatever.
say, you got, you do this script.
That's
You
what
already
I'm,
signed a contract?
that's what I'm saying. The movies were made, like, I mean, the contracts were signed like 4 years in
For 11
advance.
pictures, 7 pictures, no matter what picture.
So I had thought
That's the difference.
that they would try to get a new property for me or give me a chance to show some kind of acting ability or do a very interesting story. But it did not change. It did not change. And so I became very discouraged. They couldn't have paid me no amount of money in the world to make me feel any self-satisfaction inside.
But yet you still did them. You must have forced yourself.
I had to.
What kind of film would you have liked to have made if you would have had your choice?
That's hard to say. I would like to have had something that was more challenging instead of Hollywood's image of what they thought I was. You know.
There was a whole big image problem as long as I can remember. I remember 2 extremes of you. I remember in high school, the image was that you were a big, bad, evil kind of guy with sideburns. And yet in the movies, I saw a completely different kind of person. A guy who would rather sing than fight, as one person described it. Yeah. And it was just like, and yet there was no reality. Between those 2 extremes, I knew that there was another person. I think one of the first things I remembered about you is there's some strange distorted image here, which I can't figure out. And I was always used to dealing with people in a one-to-one relationship. And I'd see that image of you and I'd say, I wonder what he really thinks.
I literally took it as long as I could. Physically, emotionally, everything.
That's why when you get on stage, I think
It comes out.
it's honest, it's real, it's you.
Well, it's like you said
I tell you,
about-
like I told you before, I had a completely different image of you until I met you, until I saw you in a live performance. And I think a lot of people do. It's too bad the medium is like that.
Well, no, you know, not all the movies were that bad. In between, I would do something that was entertaining to people, with just a pure entertainment nature. So, like Tickle Me or something like that, I would do. And they work well on television.
A lot of people still watch it.
Sure.
My sister is one.
But it got to be a thing also of 10 to 12 songs in a movie. It was very difficult to get good material, and I know good material when I hear it. See. Songs had to fit situations, and I had to gear down to that particular thing, like sing to a dog. You know.
It's hard to see a situation on a record.
Remember this, on the Steve Allen show, they had you singing to a hound dog.
Yeah.
That's probably the best thing.
Yeah, that was Steve Allen's humor, and
Actually, Steve,
to me, it was about as funny as a crutch. A Again, I had to do that.
Actually, we'll be sure.
There you go.
He's been one of the few people who've been really very helpful to us. We sent him a letter and said we'd like to get a tape of an early Elvis TV show. And we've been jerked around by Ed Sullivan. And Alan wrote a letter right away, said, yes, I'd be happy to help, whatever. And he sent one over this afternoon. We haven't looked at it yet.
Well, he was all right.
But he's a kind of a strange cornball. Now my voice is on that tape too.
Right. What about some of the people that travel around with you, your friends? Can you tell us a little bit about them?
Well, I could tell you a lot about them, but he was ruining them all.
Oh, certain.
No, I have to have people to work for me that handle the things of a personal nature. Personal travel, wardrobe, details, personal relations or public relations. I have to have people like that. And it's mostly people that I've known for years. And they know that they are representing me. So.
People that you trust, then?
Yeah. And.
So when you go on a tour, what do they do?
Well, they're all pretty well skilled in what they're doing. It's very important. The costume, the wardrobe has to be there, has to be in good shape. So there are people assigned to that. The security is all very well planned out in advance. And I have to have people with me for security. And to make sure that I get to the building on time and get inside. And a couple of guys that I met in the Army. I met Joe in the Army. I met Charlie in the Army. And they just stayed with me ever since 1960.
How about Sonny and Red and Jerry?
Well, Sonny went to work for me probably 1961.
Red, you went to school with?
Yeah, I went to school with Red. So Red was with me in those early days when I was first traveling around. A lot of times just the two of us,
Before we need a little line, Elvis, like before you go on the tour, we're going to show a rehearsal. Before, maybe you could just say something about preparations before the tour. You get everybody together and you go over songs.
Most people just think you just walk out on that stage and that's it.
No,
the band strikes up and you...
What happens?
We start discussing the songs first. I have new wardrobe made for every appearance. I don't use the same ones. So there's sketches that have to be drawn up and have to be fitted, for wardrobe. And then we start talking about songs. I start going through the list of songs, and there must be 400 or 500 songs. Out of that 400 or 500, I have to pick 20 at the most. Then we start rehearsing in a little studio at RCA Victor with a small band, with a rhythm section. And we go through several songs, maybe 50 songs. We do that for several days, and we try to add to it. And then we go to Vegas and we pick up the voices. We start rehearsing with the voices. Then graduate to the big band. But all this starts to take place 2 or 3 months before I ever make a public appearance. It's all planned out.
Are you thinking about things beforehand? I mean, you're...
Oh yeah, sure. Well, like right now, I'm going into Vegas, and that's just on my mind all the time. Songs, wardrobe, lighting, sound, everything's on my mind,
A lot of times you listen to the radio, hear a song, and think it's a good song for the script.
It'd be a good stage song, right? Hear something else. I'll do it.
I noticed though that every time you do a song, you do it a certain way. I mean, you do it, you put your own stamp on it. Somehow it takes on a whole different feeling.
Well, that's just me, I guess. I just do the song the way that I feel it, you know.
I asked Jerry about how you had having an American Trilogy. He told me that you had heard Mickey Newbury do it.
Mhm.
Mickey had worked with him a few years ago. And Chris Christopherson did it.
I just thought it was a very good idea, you know. All I did was just to take it and make the sound and expound on it, you know.
What was incredible to me is until it dawned on me, because we're on the stage and we have a headset on, and things are just happening, you don't really listen to the music, you're too concerned about camera angles and stuff. That here in American Trilogy, in the South, and I first dawned on me in Richmond, you've got a Union song, you've got basically a black spiritual, and of course you've got a rebel song. And yet that audience is responding from the very first note, and they're taking it all in as their music. And yet, in reality, only one of the songs is really, really theirs.
Yeah.
Did you ever think about how they might or might not react to that?
I didn't think about it until I did it on stage. There was one guy one night that had sat through my entire performance on the front stage, the front table, and he had on a cowboy hat. He sat through the entire show, man. There was no reaction much at all. So I started in a Dixie. He stood up and put his hat over his heart. That was it. He sat back down. Yeah. So just a few funny things would happen. I'd do the song in certain areas and it'd stand up. I'd start doing the other song, it'd sit back down.
It's a powerful song on it. Gets a good reaction.
But I've had a lot of good reaction with it.
When's the first time you ever did it? Did you do it in the South? Do you remember what you did?
No, I did it in Vegas.
Vegas, yeah, last time. We broke it out.
Maybe we ought to break it.
Yeah, I think so. It's a little warm in here.
Yeah. Cold as a day.
One thing we'd like you to do is really...
What is this going to be? Is this the one I had a letter from the company? What are you going to do with this film?
It's going to be in a movie.
In a movie?
Elvis's next movie.
Next movie? Well, you're going to let me know what movie it is? I'll know.
It's called Standing Room Only.
Standing Room Only.
Take a cigar out of your mouth for a minute, please.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Sure, thank you.
All right.
And what did you do? You had a phone call.
Yeah, they had chartered a plane for $800 and they were coming. They tried to see him last week in North Carolina. You played some North Carolina spots, I think. And they couldn't get in, and I told them there's no need of coming tonight. We couldn't put them in anywhere. We don't even have standing room. And people there had even gotten the Coliseum manager in Rock Hill, North Carolina to call. We've sold tickets in 11 states. Probably in Memphis alone, we sold 121 orders, which will average about 4 to 6 tickets per order, which will run over 600 tickets just out of Memphis alone.
Is this the first time Elvis has been here?
In many years, yes. He was here back in about 1950. Was the last time here, I believe, down at the auditorium. I had a very wonderful visit with Colonel Tom Parker and Elvis's father, where I met Elvis's father that night over there. I believe it was in 1950s, the last time he was through here.
So you were one of the first people to play Elvis then?
Yes, I was. Elvis bought his first Cadillac on a Monday in Memphis, and we had him in a town called Camden and Hope, which are about 150 miles from here, south of here. And I know Elvis went on down to Camden for the Monday night date and played it and called me. I'd gone to Hope, the head of the show, little town of about 25, 30,000. Elvis had called me and he'd taken the wrong road. He went down a gravel road, this is 1950. Had taken a gravel road and stuck his white Cadillac. To continue the story, Elvis played the Monday night in Camden. The next day he had taken a gravel road into Hope instead of going a long way around, and he stuck his Cadillac. It was his first Cadillac, a white one. And he wasn't too disturbed about the Cadillac being stuck, but he got mud all over it. And he was worried to death about how he was going to get the mud washed off. And I recommended a service station for him, and he got his new Cadillac washed up there.
What was he like then?
Oh, Elvis was quite a kid in those days. Very cooperative, and he listened to Colonel Parker like he was listening to his own father. I remember that very well. I can remember that I knew at the time it must be a wonderful association all these many years, how Elvis trusted the Colonel in his judgment of how to handle him, and all on up until when he went to go to Germany. He came through here. The Arkansas Gazette, the local newspaper, one of the daily news here, called me yesterday morning and was trying to trace an old story, and they didn't know who wrote the story. Elvis was on his way to the Army, came through Little Rock. I believe he enlisted at Shreveport. I'm not sure about that. And he came through here and stopped at Fisher's Cafe, quite a famous steakhouse over in North Little Rock. The newspaper went over there and they had quite a write-up about him. Of course, Colonel Tom Parker, I knew Colonel, of course, way before Elvis. Colonel T.H. Barton, who this Coliseum is built for, the founder of this livestock show and state fair here, ran for United States Senate. And we had a show on the road. Eddie Arnold was one of the unknowns. He had the band. Uncle Dave Macon, who's passed away, Jam Up in Honey, Minnie Pearl, was quite a few. And that's where I met Tom Diskin, Colonel's partner. And of course, I knew those people. I knew Tom many, many years before. And then Tom and I went to partners with a tent show. Tom and I had a tent show out, and I got mad because I was doing all the work.
That's
that
where
Colonel,
you met his sisters, right?
That's right. That's where I met Tom Diskin's sisters. I believe they were called the Dickens sisters. Wonderful girl, bunch of girls. We had them here at the fair one year, and that's where I met Al DeVorn years ago. That was before Elvis's time.
What was Elvis like in those days?
Well, Elvis was a wonderful young boy. Worked hard. I remember when Tom signed him. He thought lots of Tom and had all the trust in the world in Colonel Parker. And I knew at that time, I thought then that this would be, later on after the thing was so successful, the two together, I could help but see why, because Elvis trusted him very much. He just put himself in his hands and trusted everything that Tom did, and which has come out now. Elvis is the most fabulous entertainer, I think, in the business today. Now, 6 months ago, if you'd have come in here and Tom Parker to call me and asked me what Elvis would do in Little Rock, I'd have said he'd do $30,000 or $40,000. Now, I've sort of proud myself knowing who's who in the show business, but I've been in it all my life. But I would have certainly missed this. We've been sold out of tickets here now over 60 days, and we're going in with close to $100,000 tonight.
What were the audiences like, and what was his singing like in those days?
Well, I really don't know how to describe it. It really comes to my mind, you ain't nothing but a hound dog. So that's what I remember about Elvis is that type of song. You know, Elvis, I think, I'm not sure about this, but I think Elvis and Tommy Sands were together, started, was singing at the time down when I first knew Elvis, but this is before Tom signed him, was down in Shreveport on a radio station in Shreveport, Louisiana, which is 150 miles south of here. That's where Tom and, that's before Tom signed him, and who did I say just now? Tommy Sands. Tommy and Elvis were both working out of Shreveport. And I played Elvis many times before Tom ever had him. That Louisiana hayride at Shreveport.
So this is many years after the reunion for you.
This has been many a year after, as you say, after reunion. Of course, it's the first time I've seen him in quite a while. I've talked to Tom all the time and corresponded with him every year, he and Tom Diskin both.
But Elvis really stirs the audiences up, doesn't he?
Evidently, he really stirs them up. From what I understand, overnight before last, when he throws the scarf out to the audience, they tell me the women just fight over each other to get to the scarf. I haven't seen Elvis perform now in many years.
How do you think Arkansas women will?
Oh, I think they'll go crazy about him here. They've been around the hotel all afternoon and looking for him. They thought he was at a certain hotel here in town, motel, and they've been here looking for him. Of course, cars, I ran into one car a while ago from Oklahoma. They'd been here all afternoon riding around the fairgrounds here looking for him. They thought they'd get a chance to see him, you know.
So, thank you, sir.
You're quite welcome.
Show,
thank you so much for being here.
Elvis, on behalf of RCA Records, I want to present you with your Madison Square Garden Gold Award album. Thank you.
Thank you very
it's
much.
fast.
Yes,
Also,
it's unbelievable. Beautiful. Thank you very much.
As a little bonus, here is your gold single record for The Wonder of You.
That's great. Thank you. That's beautiful.
Just great.
Well, this one came out fast, didn't it?
That's very fast.
Yeah. It's really nice.
It's really great.